Hello everyone. I got my wash done. Well, a third of it. I took a shower, washed my hair, and I said, oh, I have to do a video for my YouTube watchers because you guys are good to me and I want to follow through. I'm going to do a simple one, but I'm going to add a little this and that in there along the way, and try not to keep you too long tonight because by the time I edit this and download it, it'll be really late. So I'm giving up one of my favorite shows, Lawrence O'Donnell. Oh, I'm trying not to watch them, but I promise I'm gonna focus. That's the hardest thing for me, is to focus. Even as a kid, I had a hard time focusing in school. So let's get to the table, okay? Here I am at my little crafting table. First, I wanted to go over a couple things with you guys. I've been watching this one. I watch a lot of YouTube channels. I do it a lot at nighttime. Once in a while, I'll do it if I'm in a doctor's office waiting or something like that. But I do a lot of my binge watching at night when I can't sleep. So I watched this one that I've mentioned to you guys before, Sandra Over 60. And she was the old romper room lady. And a lot of you probably don't remember that. But years ago, back in the 60s and 70s, there was a little kids show called Romper Room. And she was called Miss Sandra. And so she's had a pretty prominent life. But she has a YouTube channel. And she's very lovely. And she's into, I'm fixing my table, it's falling apart. She's very lovely, and she believes that just because you're over 60, you shouldn't give up on life and your appearance and makeup, and try to keep yourself in good shape, you know, physically, mentally, externally, you know, put little makeup on. And I was never much of a makeup person. And then when I reached 50, I'm like, well, why bother? But I would put it on if I went out to dinner or something like that. But Sandra, getting to the point, has gotten me back into it. And I see a lot of my YouTube friends, they're really into the makeup, you know, from the Dollar Tree and things like that. So I wanted to show you these cute little palettes that I got. This one here is L'Oreal, and I did get this in the drugstore, but I thought it was so pretty. It has all these grays, silvers, and then some dark charcoals. Now this, I think this cost me like $6 and some change, but I really love those colors because I'm into grays and things like that. And then I got in the Dollar Tree this facial mask. It is a paper by Bolero. A lot of the girls are doing them. Paper facial mask, French, lavender, and citrus for all skin types. My skin, I don't really have a lot of problems with my skin. I did when I was in my early teens and early 20s. But it's really not a problem. You know, once in a while you get a little mark or blemish on your skin, but I do have rosacea. So it makes sense for me to wear some sort of makeup. So I started wearing some powder, and I'll show that to you another time. But I'm going to try this Bolero facial treatment. It looks kind of refreshing. And this is the palette that I got in, let's see. I got this in Walgreens, and I thought, you know what, I put a little makeup on, and my daughters noticed, especially my youngest daughter, Sasha. She says, Mom, did you put a little makeup on? And I, you know, so I guess it does help if I can get this thing open. When I saw these colors, I was, they probably colors I should not wear with my light hair, etc., light skin. I fell in love with them. I thought they were so beautiful. Let me get some more light. Hold on. I told you I have very bad lighting in here, but you have to see this palette. I fell in love with it. Look at that yellow. This yellow. Is that beautiful? And the light white for shadowing. And the orange, which I don't even think I should wear that color, but the pretty light pink. I thought it was so pretty. And this cost me $7, and I think it was $7.97. Now I know that's a lot of money, but to get me to wear makeup, I have very sensitive skin. I always have. I don't have problems with my skin, but I don't use soap. I've been using this Aveeno. You'll see that star from Friends. She uses it all the time. She uses it all the time. I have no idea if she uses it all the time, but she advertises it, Jennifer Aniston. So I've been using the Aveeno unscented for, I'm going to say 20 years. And that, I wash my face 3 times a day, and it makes it feel soft. And so that's what I use. So I don't know what you guys do, but I don't do a lot of skincare, and I guess I should. So we're going to try out this facial mask and see how it goes. Okay, give me a second. Okay, and I want to show you something I got at the Dollar Tree that everyone is getting. All the YouTube friends of mine is the red truck. It's a can. Has the red truck on the front, and I'll show you in a second. On the side, it has the little campers that in fact, it matches my, you guys, I did a YouTube on it. Where is it? I'll find it. I did a little craft. Okay, so that's there, and then a camper, and the campers again. So the little campers are on the side, and you got the red truck on the front. And I have all your names in here for the giveaways. Oh, I dropped one. I may even ask you guys, just to be sure, I put them in here, to let me know you're a subscriber. I noticed I lost a couple people. I guess I screwed up somewhere. Excuse my language. Getting back to the Dollar Tree. I bought these at the Dollar Tree for crafting, and I would give them on a 1 to 10 scale a 4. They're a little, I don't know. They're just not what I expected, so they're okay, I guess. Okay, so what I want to work on tonight is, it's actually, some people thought it was a Christmas stocking, but it's kind of Santa's shoe. And I'm going to we are going to put some white fur around the top part of the shoe to use some of this material that I bought in the Walmart. So what you want to do, I actually cut it out by myself, no template, and I had 2 pieces of material, and I turned it inside out, and then I drew the boot and so that they match perfectly, because it's 2 pieces of material on top of one another. I know you know what I mean. Now, I am not going to turn this inside out. We're going to glue it front side up, because I have found it's so much easier doing it this way. So let's get started. So make sure you have your glue gun on, and I would say, since we're only going to do 1 tonight because it's kind of late, have about 2 sticks of glue just to be safe. And okay, I noticed I've lost some light. BTY, this is the jar I was talking about that we crafted together. See the little van? That's like really popular. And I sealed it with a sealant, and it's really shiny in person. I don't think you can tell here, but I love it. I put my pens in there now, and my clippers. So that's that, the little VW van. So let me put you down here. Okay, it looks, with the weight, I used these things that they were for Charlie years ago, for when he wasn't trained. I'm using these. So you have your little Santa snow boot. Okay, and I got the glue gun on. And what you do is you're going to glue down the thinnest part. Now this is going to work out nicely because it's got a nice wide base. I'm thinking this is going to be the hardest part, this bottom part of the boot. So what I'm going to do is we are going to glue, let me think, how are we going to do this? All right, we're going to glue the top and then we'll start stuffing it. I'm kind of having a brain freeze right now. All right, so I hope you can see me. I'm hot gluing. Don't put too much glue when you're doing this, and just do a little section at a time. You don't need a whole lot of glue because you can always go back over it if you see a little piece that's open. So don't put too much, and never put your stuffing in there until the glue is all dried, or you will have a mess. Okay, so we got that part done. And I'm thinking, okay, just so we'll get this side. And like I said, try to use a minimal amount of the glue because, oh geez, it gets all over. And we're only going to do a little section at a time to make sure it's nice and even. I'm using the scissors, but you can use, as you can tell, I've been using them a lot, these wooden sticks to push it down. Okay, so we got that done, and I'm going to, all right, we'll do this section before we start stuffing. This section right here. Oops. Oh boy, I hope that didn't stick. See, these things, this has not happened to me yet so far, but it's okay because it landed in the right spot, the glue. All right, we'll try it again. Not too much glue. It's a good idea to hold it up and then try to even it up to the line. Okay, now you want to leave a nice pouch open. To add the stuffing. Okay? So this part is opened up, and we're going to, as soon as this glue dries, we're going to start stuffing it. So let me get my stuffing. I'll be back. Okay, the glue seems to be dry, and I showed you this before. I've been using this forever. It's Polyfit Crafter's Choice polyester packing, and I've had this for a long time. I've made my granddaughter pillows. I just started doing these crafts, so you kind of scrunch it up a little bit, and like, you know, and we're going to pack it in there. But like I said, make sure the glue's dry. All right, so we're going to pack this in here. I do a little pieces at a time. Makes it a little bit easier. And if you have like a paintbrush or something to stuff it in there, or, you know, so you don't break open the glue, or something without a point, because you don't want to, if it opens up, it's fine, but just, it makes it a lot easier if you only have to glue it once. See, this part just came open, came unglued. So you just stuff it in there. But it's hard to glue it back down when you have your filling in there. So I'm going to keep stuffing this, and I'll be right back. I'm waiting for this to dry, and so I wanted to show you another step I'm at, the next step. I just glued this part down of the boot, and I'm leaving this nice wide part open at the bottom of the boot so I can stuff it. There are some little areas that if you see, are coming open, but I can take care of that in the end. The main thing is get this thing exact as you can. And but we're going to stuff it a little bit more, and I'm going to show you a little bit before I go off camera and not bore you to death. So I'm going to stuff some more in there. And I like using, I wanted to show you this end of the paintbrush because it has little, it has the little bristles that won't poke holes into your edges where the glue is down, and it won't pop open the glued areas of the boot or whatever you're making. I showed you I made this cute little Christmas tree. The Santas are my favorite, and I did give away a couple of them, and I'm going to put an ad up where I live. I got permission to sell them, and to the old folks here. And I know I'm an old folk, but some of them are a little older than me. And they gave me permission to put it in the laundry room that I'm selling wreaths, Christmas wreaths, and crafts for Christmas to make a little extra money. And I think it's really nice that I can do that here. All right, so I'm going to press it down. I'm going to stuff it a little more. You want to make sure before you close it up, not that it's the end of the world if you don't, that you have the stuffing that you want in there. And if it isn't perfect, that's kind of what I like about it, because in the old days, this is probably how they made their little ornaments. They didn't have money and glass balls and all the neat stuff we have today. You can just go to Walmart or whatever and get ornaments. They probably had to make a lot of their own crafts. So I think the vintage ones are so cute and so much more interesting if they're imperfect. I'll be back. Okay, we're kind of at the end here. I have one little slit left to stuff what I want left in the little boot. So now that we're at the end, I'm going to take them in little pieces and stuff it. Like I said, break the little pieces as small as possible and stuff it with your fingers or the paintbrush. Stuff it in there as much as you want. If you want it really full, then put a lot. If you don't, you want it more of a flatter kind of ornament, then just put a little bit. Just remember though, at the end when now see, this is what I do with the paintbrush. I just stuff it in there with the fluffy part of the brush, the end that you paint with, and get it down into the boot. I like mine kind of puffy, really. Okay, and now I'm going to put some more little pieces. I like to have my bunches right here, right with me, and stuff it in there. That's it. And okay, I'm going to finish this, and I'll show you how I'm gluing it down real fast. I do want a little more stuffing in there, and then we're going to do the last part. Well, we're going to put the fur on the boot, let's put it that way. And as far as decorating, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with the boot. I just definitely want to put the little fur, because it's a Santa boot, on the top of the rim of the boot. All right, so I probably want a little more than that. Let me just put it all in there and see what happens. See if I can stuff it in there to. I think this is good. So you see how, because we have to glue it down, and we don't want, kind of press the whatever that is, that stuffing down as far as you can before you glue it, because it'll kind of get in the way. I kind of use your fingers to kind of hold it in. This is what I do. I got something stuck to my glue gun is like seeing its day in court. I'll just put a tiny little bit of glue. You can always go back and do like maybe an inch or an inch and a half at a time or less. And then I'm pressing down with my fingers. And this is the other end of the paintbrush. As you see, it's got a ton of glue on it. And press it down. I kind of roll it to get that glue out of there. And now you got one little spot left that I have to glue. So I'll be right back. Another thing I do, I want to show you on the last piece, I put the glue on and I stretch it with my fingers. So you don't have to touch the glue at all and get burnt. You just kind of pull it tight. Okay? So that makes it nice and even. And like I said, if there's little spots that are open, we can always go back and glue them. I'm going to check for that now. Be back. Okay. Are we moving here? Okay. Our little boot's done. Our little Santa boot, well, not completely, just it's all filled. And like I said, you see this there's a little spot here that's open. So all I'm going to do is put a little glue in there. A little bit of glue. If I can get it open. Just stick a little glue in the little rim and stick it back together. That's all you got to do. So it's all done. I just got burnt. At least I didn't scream on you. And this is our little boot. Isn't it cute? Now, so after I'm done, I like to take my fingers and squish it around to even out the stuffing. This is the first boot I've made, by the way. Honest. You saw I did the templates earlier. I cut them freehand, and I wanted it to look like a Santa boot. So I wanted to go this way. And so later, when I'm all done, you can always go around with the scissors and cut the frayed edges. But I tried doing it. Some things you can do, let me put this up, inside out, like glue them inside out and leave a gap open so you can stuff it. And then, let me get this right. It's inside out, so you glue it almost all the way and leave an opening, and then turn it back to right side in and then stuff it. But some of them, because of getting this stuffing in there and all, it just doesn't work out that good. I would like to do that. It would look a lot smoother. But like I said, we want them to look vintage. So, okay, so I move all the stuffing around. And now I flatten it out. And we're going to put the top of the boot on. The Santa's fur on his boot. So we're going to get some of our stuffing. You'll know what I mean when I say stuffing, right guys? See, I'm ready to do another one, not tonight, and I also want to tell you to come back because I got an order from someone that lives here for a spring wreath because she said she has everything. She saw my work and she loved it, but she doesn't have a spring wreath. I'm putting hot glue around the edges of this and around wherever I want the fur, I'm putting some glue down. So she asked me, would I mind making her a spring wreath? I said, not at all. But I have to get the flowers, and when I do my work, I really put my heart into it. I really want it to be nice if they're spending money. I like my work nice even no matter what. But if she's spending money, I definitely, all right, now want it to be worth her while. So I've got the flowers that I want for it. They didn't have very many nice spring flowers in the Dollar Tree, but I did find some flowers. Now I'm kind of stuffing it down with the glue. And then what you do is go in there with the glue and kind of squish it down. In order to squish it down, I put a little more of the foam on there, so it's all kind of sticks together. I think these are really cute. I wish they were red though. I'm going to get some more red. I have a little bit of red felt but I want to get some more red material to make these Christmas boots and the Santas. All right, I'm going to put a tiny bit more on. Oops. Glue City over here. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue, run it, and I can tell I'm going to need another glue stick possibly. And stick it on there and press. Okay, and then the last touches, after I have it the way I want it, that's plenty. I think it's a little too much, but I'm going to squish it down and I'm going to show you my last step. Hi everyone, how are you? Last step. I think it's adorable. I really do. I would love to have it red, but I think this green check is so cute. So it'll work. I went around with my scissors and got rid of some of the edges. Now, what the last thing we're going to do, I pressed down the fur and I'm going to spray it with Tresemme hairspray. So it's nice and stiff and it won't like go all over the place. So you can watch me do that if you want. Okay, I got this down so it's okay. Just give it a little nice good spray. And then you let it dry. Boy, this would look nice with some sparkle on it, wouldn't it? And look what I have. Oh, I got to get it on there fast. Hold on. Let's see if we can do this. Come on. Hold on. Oh. Oh, geez. I think I went overboard. Oh, that looks so pretty. Don't worry, it's not all going to stay on there. I went a little overboard. Oh, I'm almost out of this. It's like a lime green glitter. It's I got this in Walmart about 2 years ago. Pretty color. We're gonna leave it on for a second and then shake it out. I just have, honest to God, that was like a last minute situation. I hope I didn't make a mistake. Well, at least you guys are here with me doing it. All right, I don't know about this. That may not have been the best situation, but choice. I'll be right back. So, woe is me. No. If you know anything about me and you've been watching my videos, you know that I'm not going to hide my mistakes from you. So I opened up that glitter. I thought that lime green would go so good with the boot. And it came out like pretty crazy. So I don't let anything like that bother me because I always feel like I can fix it. So what I'm doing, and I'm going to do more later off camera, I'm giving it a haircut. Because the hairspray is nice and stiff, I can literally cut off. Let me show you. That's why I don't want you guys to worry when you have a little boo-boo or mistake. Cut it off. I'm cutting it all off, see? Because I don't like it. All right, so I'm going to do more of that later. We want to finish this up. You can see I cut a lot of the boot fur off. Okay, so I still love it. I think it's adorable, and don't worry, I'm going to cut more off and then add a little glue and put more fur on. Last thing we're going to do, we got the hot glue gun on. Get rid of my pins here. And what I'm going to do, where the heck did I put it? I've got some twine. I buy a big roll of it that I get at Walmart, which lasts a lot longer. I think it's better to get the big roll because it lasts longer and it's cheaper. And then I take and even it out at the bottom. And this is probably a little bit too long. So I'm going to make it about there and make a little knot. I knot it. In fact, I'm going to knot it twice so that I have a nice big knot to glue it onto the Christmas nice and tight. and we're going to glue it on. I'm sorry this thing ran over so much. And we're going to turn it over. All in all, I think it turned out great. And the little knotted part, we're going to glue on the center of the boot. And just be very careful not to get burnt, because you have to have enough glue on there to get it to adhere. So use whatever you can, and we'll hold it. Oh Lord, we're at 30 minutes. I wish there was a way I could cut these tapes down, these videos down. Anyway, I'll be right back. Okay, everyone, I'm sorry this was such a long video, but I really wanted to do these with you. So don't worry about the green glitter. I'm going to cut that off and add a little more of the polyester foam, whatever that is, on there. And here's our little twine. I showed you how I knotted it. And on the back, I glued it on, and I put a little trinket from our little trinket jar that I saved. And you can buy little bags in Walmart for like 97 cents, and they're adorable. And I think it turned out wonderful. Even though we had a little boo-boo with the, not you, me, with the glitter, I can take care of that. But I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, share it with someone, tell your friends to watch if they like crafts. I'd appreciate it. And I'll see you again. I'm going to be making a spring wreath, and I bought the most beautiful flowers. You guys are going to get a thrill out of this, that I'm going to do on my next video. So please stay tuned. Take care. God bless. Godspeed.